नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सब लोग, मेरा नाम हेमांग है। टुडे मैं टॉपिक ऑफ अनस्कूलिंग एंड होम स्कूलिंग के बारे में बात करने वाला हूँ। मैं आप सब लोग कैसे हो? वेलकम एवरीवन। मैं अभी थोड़ी देर में बात करने वाला हूँ। इससे पहले मेरा नाम हेमांग है। मैं करंटली 13 ईयर्स ओल्ड हूँ। मैं स्कूल नहीं जाता हूँ। मैं एज ऑफ 8 से मैं स्कूल नहीं जा रहा हूँ। मैं जब से होम स्कूलिंग और अनस्कूलिंग कर रहा हूँ। मेरा प्राइमरी क्या है कि मैं स्कूल जाता नहीं हूँ। मोस्ट रीज़न क्या है कि मुझे थैंक यू प्राइमरी रीज़न क्या है कि मैं बुली होता था ऑलवेज, एंड टीचर्स जो है मैं सोचा कि आई डोंट फील कंफर्टेबल, एंड मुझे डीमोटिवेट करते थे वो लोग, एंड कभी भी मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता था। इसकी वजह से मुझे बहुत सारा टाइम स्कूल चेंज करने पड़ा। फिर फाइनली मैंने ऐसे हुआ कि मैं एक वे में आ गया। सिर्फ मैं होम स्कूलिंग करना शुरू किया। उसके साथ मैं स्लोली स्लोली अनस्कूलिंग स्टार्ट किया। वो क्या होता है कि स्कूलिंग नहीं करते हो, पर एक फाइन ऑफ एजुकेशन है जो आप अपने आप करते हो। लाइक सेल्फ लर्निंग है। तो सेल्फ लर्निंग आप रिफाइन कर सकते हो वाया डूइंग तो सेल्फ लर्निंग आप कर सकते हो वाया रिसर्चिंग। आप बहुत सारे कर सकते हो। ये ऑलवेज होता है। मेरा डेली वर्क ऐसा रहता है कि रिसर्चिंग और बहुत ऐसे होता है। और जो वर्क मेरा ओपिनियन अभी का मैं लर्निंग ज़्यादा करता हूँ, तो इसकी वजह से मैं मोस्टली मेरा ये है कि मैं अनस्कूलिंग है, तो ये फाइनल एजुकेशन है जो आई प्रेफर। ये मैं तो रेकमेंड नहीं करता हूँ, बट ये एक फॉर्म ऑफ है जो पीपल डू करते हैं, और इतना नहीं मोटिवेटेड नहीं है जो पीपल इंडिया में होता। ऑडियो शुड बी गुड। रीजन लैंग्वेज तेलुगु है मेरा। या तेलुगु तेलुगु इज माइन।
इंग्लिश
um um and I'm gonna keep English in between your clear in English. Thank you, sir. One second, let me try to fix my audio. Oh, okay. Um, that should be fine. Or it should be good. Yeah. So, hello everyone. Hope you guys doing good. Stay safe. My name is Hemang. Let's all start from the beginning. The primary reason I don't go to school is bullying. मैं बहुत सारा टाइम बुलिंग होता था मेरे फ्रेंड से, टीचर्स से, और पूरा स्कूल से मेरा होता था, क्योंकि मैं एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी कैरेक्टर करता था। मैं ऑल द टाइम स्कूल नहीं जाता था। मैं होमवर्क उतना होता नहीं था मेरा। मैं ज़्यादा रोबोटिक्स, कोडिंग और इवेंट्स जाता था। मैं इसके वजह से मेरा एजुकेशन थोड़ा लैकिंग हो रहा था, पर उतना नहीं है जो कंसिडरेबली वेरी बैड कह सकते हो। आई यूज्ड टू गेट BA sometimes if I'm lucky, but overall I was satisfied with my own education and my parents as well. So मेनी ऑफ माई टीचर्स जो है उनको सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं था कि ये बंदा इतना ये सब कर रहा है और इसका मार्क्स को इतना लो है, तो उनके एक्सपेक्टेशंस में बहुत लो आता था। और इस वजह से उन्हें टीज करते थे कि तुमको जॉब नहीं मिलेगा जब तुम बड़े हो जाओगे, तुमको ये नहीं होगा, तुमको नहीं ये नहीं मिलेगा। ये प्राइमरी रीजन था और मुझे डीमोटिवेट हो जाता मैं ऑलवेज। और जब मैंने होम स्कूलिंग स्टार्ट किया था, ये मेरा जो वे ऑफ थिंकिंग तो था और एजुकेशन जो मैंने अपने आप के बिल्ड किया है वो टोटली डिफरेंट था। तो होम स्कूलिंग में आप दो थिंग्स कर सकते हो। एक वे है जो प्री डिफाइंड है, जो स्टेट सिलेबस फॉलो कर सकते हो आप, जो ये है, और आप ट्यूटर्स हैं जो भी है हायर कर सकते हो आप। और दूसरा वे है जो अपने आप असाइन कर सकते हो कि फ्यूचर के लिए सपोज आप एक इंजीनियर बनना चाहते हो और सपोज एडवांस सॉफ्टवेयरिंग, तब उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट होते हो कि हाँ मैं ये करने वाला हूँ, तो मेरा व्हाट आई रियली इंटरेस्टेड इन, तो उसको देख के आप जाते हो। तो मेरा मैं अपने आप मैंने बनाया था अपना कोर्स कि आई कैन डू दिस एंड दिस एंड दिस। तो मैंने प्लान आउट किया था कि मैं ये करूंगा। तो मैं कम्प्लीटली एक्चुअली स्कूल जाता नहीं हूँ, तो मैं घर में ज्यादा रहता हूँ, तो मेरा लैपटॉप है तो मैं रोज रिसर्च करता हूँ, तो सेल्फ लर्निंग कहते हैं इसको। अनस्कूलिंग जब होता है कि आप कुछ लर्निंग होता नहीं है आपको नॉर्मल एजुकेशन से, लाइक मैथमेटिक्स फिजिक्स, ये जो है ये नॉर्मल लाइक एजुकेशन के सिलेबस है। तो अनस्कूलिंग क्या होता है कि आप वो भी नहीं करते हो जो आपको सेल्फ टॉपिक्स है। सपोज मेरा टॉपिक है कि आई वांट टू डू कोडिंग, मेरा टॉपिक है मेकिंग रोबोटिक्स, मैं उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहता हूँ। और मेरा इवेंट बेस्ड है नॉलेज, तो कुछ भी वर्कशॉप है उसमें जाता हूँ मैं, कुछ भी लाइक इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स है आई लाइक टू अटेंड दोज। इसकी वजह से मैं एक सेल्फ लर्निंग मैंने बनाया है अपने आप के लिए, सो आई नेवर फील लाइक आई एम लैकिंग समवेयर, और आई ऑलवेज लर्न। मैं अपने आप को बोला कि till I turn 18 at least how much ever I can learn I will learn। ये मैंने पूरा रखा है अपने के लिए and try to follow it, and I like to do most ever I can। and how in recent years mainly people are doing it by themselves। तो आप जानते हो कि स्कूल बंद है लॉकडाउन की वजह से, एंड मेनी किड्स अभी ऑनलाइन कर रहे हैं, एंड दैट्स अ वेरी गुड वे। एंड मैंने ऐसे बहुत बार डिफाइन किया था स्कूल्स को कि आप ऐसे ओपन कर सकते हो स्कूल फॉर डूइंग दिस एंड दिस एंड दिस, एंड that's how you can at least get kids to understand small things, or it is interactive. That's what I wanted to say. And many schools didn't follow it, and they think that it's some advice which they don't care. But really now अभी जो अब कर रहे हैं we can see it that the difference हो रहा है कि how kids that is not going to school and staying by their home and learning from a virtual machine is a fun way and interesting way। तो ये मैं जब 8 years old था जब से मैं कर रहा हूँ, एंड इसका नहीं कि मैं स्कूल गया नहीं, मैं 8th क्लास जब जा रहा था मैंने गया हाफ ऑफ द टाइम, जब 9th जा रहा था मैंने हाफ गया, जस्ट टू नो थोड़ा बेसिक्स टू वार्म अप माय हैंड्स की हाँ मैं उतना डम भी नहीं हूँ मैं थोड़ा ज्यादा भी था। एंड मेन थिंग क्या है कि मोस्ट रिग्रेट इज जो भी फ्रेंड्स आप बनाते हो एंड थिंग्स यू फील प्रीटी लोनली, बट माय मम्मी जो है ना इट्स बिग कंपनी फॉर मी, एंड टू बी ऑनेस्ट जो भी है मेरे पेरेंट्स की वजह से मैं कर नहीं पाता, so big credit goes to them। and seeing how recent years changed my passion and a little bit of way what I try to do। तो पहले मैं ज्यादा हार्डवेयर एंड उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट था, अभी मैं ज्यादा प्रोग्रामिंग एंड सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपमेंट में हूँ। ना इट्स माय करंट इंटरेस्ट। तो मैं क्या करता हूँ कि मैं एक चार्ट शीट ओपन करता हूँ वर्चुअल में, एंड आई प्लान आउट ये मंथ है, ये जो कोर्सेज है मैं इसको ओपन करूंगा और आई विल लर्न दिस दिस एंड दिस। तो एक शेड्यूल रहता है मेरे लिए कि मैं ये लर्न करूंगा इस मंथ में, तो नेक्स्ट मंथ आई कैन प्लान आउट फॉर अ न्यू थिंग। सो दिस इज हाउ आई कंटिन्यूअसली लर्न एंड नेवर गेट टायर्ड, क्योंकि मेरा प्लान रहता है कि हाँ मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, अगर मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ तो मेरा दूसरा और है, एंड इट्स अ डिफरेंट वे, तो इट्स इजी फॉर मी। सो आई हैव टू वेज। सो अगर मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ इससे, तो मेरा एक बैकअप है जो मैं उससे लर्न करता हूँ, और एक डिफरेंट है और आई कैन लर्न इट बेटर। सो आई विल हैव अ बैकअप एंड learn what it is. So two-way learning basically. You make your work and you learn from it. So मैं ज़्यादा I started doing this more in 2018 जब मैं आ रहा था यूएस से वापस। लाइक 2017 से मैंने स्टार्ट किया था ये। तो जब मैं यूएस से वापस आ रहा था तो मैं एक समर स्कूल में जाने वाला था, एंड मेरा 6th क्लास को जो एग्जाम्स जो थे मैंने अटेंड नहीं किए, ना ही मैंने कंप्लीट किया 6th क्लास। तो ये मैंने क्या किया कि जब आ रहा था तो एक डिक्शनरी में गया एंड गॉट ऑल ऑफ माय what do you say English books, and I went to some bookstores and got my all of my subjects. तो मैंने ट्यूटर्स को हायर किया था, and one was for languages and social studies, one was mathematics, physics and science. तो ऐसे कर करके फ्लैट एक मंथ में मैंने कंप्लीट कर दिया। एक्चुअली 23 डेज में मैंने कंप्लीट किया पूरा सिक्स क्लास सिलेबस। जस्ट डेडिकेटेड एंटायर 26 डेज मैंने मैंने पूरा कर दिया 6th क्लास का। एंड ये मोटिवेशन था मेरे लिए कि ऐसा सब लोग जो कर रहे थे कि तुम नहीं कर पाओगे, इट्स इम्पॉसिबल, ये सब उन सबको मैं देख रहा था कि हाँ, what would they think right now when I did this, and it really blew up मेरे लिए कि हाँ मैं ये कर सकता हूँ। और it's not like I'm limited to things। ऑनलाइन जो वर्ल्ड है बहुत बड़ा है एंड अनलिमिटेड रिसोर्सेस है इसके अंदर। तो इसके वजह से मेरा क्या रहता है कि आई कैन, अगर मुझे कुछ नया लर्न करना है, मोस्ट लाइकली आई कैन फाइंड इट ऑनलाइन और learn it from courses which I can find. तो ऑनलाइन जो है plays a big role for me, and who has stayed for so long and like using internet for basically everything, using web development to everything. Currently I'm doing JavaScript, तो ये मेरा नया favorite language to do, and I always tinker around, and internet is another way for learning new things for me, and it has helped me a lot. And ऐसा नहीं कि सब लोगों को ये करना है, ये मेरा डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस था। एंड मेरे लाइफ में जो है आई डेंट फील लाइक आई वांटेड टू गो इन स्कूल और एनीथिंग, क्योंकि मैं बहुत बहुत टाइम चेंज करता रहता था। एक बार मैं ये स्कूल जाता था, एक बार ये जाता था, फिर दो स्कूल में अच्छे नहीं लग रहे थे, तो आई चेंज माई स्कूल कंटिन्यूसली। सो आई कैन से दैट इसकी वजह से आई जस्ट सॉल्व माई स्कूल प्रॉब्लम, विच टू बी ऑनेस्ट एक यंग एज में मैंने स्कूल मेरा अच्छा नहीं था एंड अच्छे से जमा नहीं। इसकी वजह से मेरा ऑलवेज एक स्पॉट रहता है जो ऑलवेज मुझे ये करता है लाइक ई बोल के, बिकॉज जब भी मैं एक स्कूल की ऐसे जाता हूँ ना, मुझे आई डोंट फील कंफर्टेबल बिकॉज पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस से मुझे आई डोंट फील माई वेरी गुड। तो इसलिए ऑलवेज आई फील वर्किंग ऑन माई सेल्फ एंड वर्किंग अलोन। बट इसकी वजह से बहुत सारे मैं अपॉर्चुनिटी भी मिस कर चुका हूँ, क्योंकि of course things have been changed, but what I would say that this is not perfect. It's not like refined in India or anything, because बहुत सारे लोग करते नहीं है। Homeschooling and unschooling is a topic which many people don't talk, and the reason is that education system is like totally drilled into our brains that तुमको स्कूल जाना है, it would put exams, you have to learn, even going to next step, going for tuitions non-stop. It has been drilled into your brain from when you're born. Not really like child born, but when you start going to school, it's drilled into your brain. तो इसकी वजह से मेरा थॉट आया था. I talked to my mom, I talked to my friends also. तो मैं बोला कि is it really necessary going to school? Is there a different way you can do education just not going to school? How do you keep tab on language? It appears to have come over several language include mother tongue. Well, the thing is that it does have a little bit, but I'm multitask all the time, so I don't really talk a lot in my own mother tongue, और मैं ज़्यादा बात करता हूँ. Most language which I use is currently English, and only reason being I have to do a lot of online classes, so it's kind of procuring my English. And going back to my talk, ये क्या रहता है कि when you realize that you don't feel great in one place, तुमको always ये रहता है कि uncomfortable रहता है, तुम सूट नहीं कर पाते हो. तो इसकी वजह से मुझे every time जो भी मैं करता था ना, कि when I go to school, even though the school was decent, मुझे always कोई तो एक बंदा था और एक टीचर्स थे कि मुझे they don't like me very much, and the reason is that well, I'm different. मैं school इतना जाता नहीं हूँ, and I just like to do different things what they do. तो ये एक difference मैं अपने वापस रख, always I keep in me and different things. Again, being a big issue that this technique is not profound and done in India very well, and many people intend cause that it's not worth it and you can ruin your life and everything. मैं नहीं बोलूंगा कि आपका लाइफ ये जो है ना ruin हो जाएगा. It just a little bit out of place. With some professional guidance, I think you can still continue with on your own self learning and go on straight. But after high school and everything, what you came after 10th, I really suggest that you have to go to college or university, because those are the things which you can't really homeschool or do anything about, because those kind of things require a physical person to go out and do it. Again, ये एक अच्छा है कि आप all the time like अपने आप repentant रहोगे कि मुझे यही learn करना है, ये learn करना है. Sometimes it's good to learn from professionals जो spend quite a bit time of their life doing this profession and learning from them. मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है कि उनसे learn करने के लिए कि like एक profession है वो लोग, उन्होंने ये सब किया है अपने life में, तो उनसे भी learn करना मुझे अच्छा लगता है. And I respect them that इतना time spend किया है अपने life में कि doing this and this. So I also like ऐसा नहीं कि I have to replace all of that hard work or anything like that people do with technology, with getting Google Chrome and just typing on things. I still respect them, and some things which you can't really learn with Google, there are many things, or you need a real teacher तो उनसे आप learn कर सकते हो आप, तो you really need them. ऐसा नहीं कि I totally replace them. Sometimes I keep in contact with some of my teachers. Like in that, I just call them and ask them, "Hello, ma'am. How it's been long. Can you tell me this and this?" They happily tell me that, yeah, Hemang, let's start in this and this. So it's like some teachers. It's not like every teacher मुझे bully करते थे. There are some teachers who liked me personally and wanted to help me. Whatever struggle I had to help in what I faced, and I was happy for that. I felt like after a few years, I felt like what's my future is going to be. To be honest, मेरा प्रॉब्लम क्या था कि जब भी learning में जाता था, I wanted to learn a lot. I didn't want it to just go out and decide कि I just want to do this. Let's focus on that. Because currently I have multiple things to do. Like I like to do a lot of coding. I like to do a lot of web development, 3D modeling, or designing in general. तो मुझे pick करना है कि what I really want to do for future, which I think might be good. And ये जो एक्सटर्नल जब मैं कर रहा हूँ ये एक बैकअप प्लान जैसा है कि suppose I go for a different meeting kind which is not to my subject, but फिर भी मैं जाऊंगा and I don't feel like I'm left out कि मुझे पता नहीं ये सब्जेक्ट क्या बात कर रहे हैं. I have to be like this go somewhere sit and not understand what they're trying to say. So मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ कि I'm making myself to understand that even like some kind of subject which I don't relate to, but still I can understand and talk about. So in that kind of level, I want to make myself understand things. And I don't think so. In school, you get so much of time understanding this and that. So one good thing you get really is not going to school is unlimited time to understand yourself and perfect what you want to do. This is one thing which I learned myself, and ये फ्यूचर में बहुत हेल्प कर रहा था. अभी भी मैं जब भी करता हूँ ये मैंने लिखा हुआ है एक बोर्ड के ऊपर, लाइक फोन में लिखा हुआ है. एवरी टाइम सोने के पहले मैं देखता हूँ और सोता हूँ कि इफ योर विश no one can judge you or anything like that. So this is the main reason I left homeschooling and like ऐसे किया मैंने and made all of those kind of decisions. For a normal person, I don't really recommend it. It's not like starting from right away from what do you say, starting like from kindergarten or anything like that. I would say that at least go class till 4th to 5th, because then you have proper realization that 5 years of schooling life, you really understand that do you really want to stay in this. I think you get your purpose saying that no, it doesn't make any sense right now for me what they're trying to do and what I'm trying to learn, and they're not helping me. मेरा मेन रीजन था कि मैं bully ज्यादा होता था और I couldn't be fit in any kind of category for them, so they started really didn't caring about me. तो इसकी वजह से मुझे बहुत time uncomfortable होता था मैं, and it was not very good. तो इसकी वजह से ये extra step लेना पड़ा, but in the end and this is what it is. तो इसका भी कुछ regrets है कि I didn't had to talk to many of my school friends, which I like few of them because they were like caring as well. तो I didn't lose everyone. थोड़े friends है जो contact में रखता हूँ मैं. It's not like I lost every single one. But ये main things है कि many people always compare homeschooling to actual schooling. They compare saying that कि हाँ ये क्या difference है, घर में बैठ रहा है and कुछ teachers आएंगे और उसको सिखाएंगे, कुछ difference नहीं है. And some people insult in a way saying that कि what is going to do sitting in home with someone coming and teaching him, send him to actual school where he can learn. I think it's a kind of insult जो people देते हैं because they don't agree on what they're trying to say. Main topic क्या है कि आप जब होम स्कूलिंग कर रहे हो, it's your wish that हाँ मैं करना मुझे, because I feel like if I sit from home, it's a comfort for me to learn faster. It's a comfort basically, and no one has rights on judging you that I don't really like it, why should you do it, don't do that. I think if you understand yourself कि हाँ मुझे comfort नहीं लगता when I go and study somewhere else, I feel comfortable studying from my home and I feel secure and understandable what I want to do, the complete freedom, then I would recommend giving it a try for 1 month, understanding what is basically homeschooling in general. So I don't explain it, सब लोगों को अपने आप पता चल जाता है कि जब तुम अपने आप स्टार्ट करते हो, आई थिंक यू कैन स्टिल डू इट राइट नाउ. उस पैंडेमिक जो है परफेक्ट टाइमिंग है, क्योंकि आप ट्राई कर सकते हो कि डूइंग दैट, सिटिंग समवेयर एल्स, learning by yourself. You can try for a week, you can try for a month, you can try for even more than 1 month, until you feel like you're good with it, or you just don't want to do it because you don't feel comfortable. It's all up to you. मैंने ऐसे ही किया था. I got some bunch of time. I spent it on doing homeschooling a little bit, and I felt so comfortable. And as I said, 23 days में मैं पूरा complete कर चुका था मेरा 6 class syllabus. I felt confident, and ये तुमको आपको मिलता है कि कॉन्फिडेंस की तुम कर सकते हो. Nothing can really stop you if you put dedication for it. ये एक बहुत crucial step है. Putting dedication for whatever you want to do. If you want to do homeschooling, you can just put like, yeah, I can just do it, मैं करूँगा. You say that put dedication and from your heart saying that you can, I want to do this and I can do that. No one can judge me saying that, well, you can't do that. And I think my parents really supported me in this cause not many people supported me, and even my own family members from my daddy's side didn't agree. And many people even said that you guys can't raise a child. Send them to us, and we will send them to a proper school. इसके वजह से मुझे बहुत सारा ऐसा issues हुआ, and it has it has been long time. 2 साल हो चुके हैं already. 4 साल. And अभी पूरा फ्लो हो गया. मैंने I proved them saying that I'm not just a normal guy with this and this. I proved them saying that, I have stuff, I can do this with confidence. And many people still wearing that I have not proper anything, but still in the end, I was victorious in my own way, saying that many people judged me because I didn't go to school or anything like that. And I showed them that I got so much of stuff just learning by myself. Then the reactions on the face are penniless. You can't, it's worthless basically. People are like, yeah, whatever. But when an actual person respects you, saying that, well, good, you learned it by yourself, you really feel nice saying that, well, whatever you did, someone appreciated you for first time. And if you have a bunch of family supporters who are willing to support you in this step, go ahead. But I would only recommend it doing for 1 month to understand and you get a grip of it. I would say that whatever class you're in, go a step back. Like suppose you're in 8th, go to 7th class and start from that. It's like a basics, so it'll be easy for you to understand in later times. So currently, actually, I don't go to any classes. As I said, I'm currently doing the unschooling path. The unschooling path is where you don't do normal formal education. You do your kind of schedule education. You make your own education schedule. And this is what I do. Currently, I grade myself as a 5B. 5B is like medium for me, saying that you're on this grade, you have to move on fast for yourself to impress myself basically. And doing this is that currently I'm in 5B. I rated myself, saying that you're doing this and this currently, so you do 5B for yourself. Next time I do something different and big, then I will go to 6, and I just go like that. Increase my rank doing that. तो इसकी वजह से एक मोटिवेशन रहता है मेरे लिए कि आई हैव समथिंग टू डू. मैं ऐसा नहीं कि मैं खाली रहता हूँ ऑल द टाइम, कोई मुझे कुछ नहीं रहता. ऐसे आई ऑलवेज कीप माई सेल्फ बिजी, डू समथिंग, लर्न समथिंग, टॉक टू पीपल, अंडरस्टैंड मेनी थिंग्स. ऐसे करते रहता हूँ मैं. जब यू रियली स्टार्ट डूइंग दिस, the real fun comes out कि हाँ, this is really perfect, and you don't so many things you have missed for so long, and your realization comes to your brain that why didn't I spend this time doing this and this? But what I would say is that many people don't support homeschooling. Even I don't really support it. It's like necessary cause if you really want to do it or not. Depends on you, basically. And what I would say that एक स्टोरी था मेरा पर्सनल लाइफ है. मैं ड्रोन रेसिंग कर रहा था. ये मेरा क्या था कि I wanted to do this because I have a passion for it. It was in 2016. मैं स्कूल जब मैं 6th क्लास भी था, which I left the school that time. Many people were not fond of me, saying that कि I don't go to school a lot. आता नहीं हूँ, मेरा होमवर्क होता नहीं on time. मेरा notes जो है, which was unnecessary by the way, क्योंकि हमारे पास एक guide था. So basically, guide has entire answer of a textbook. So we just pitched an idea saying that why not you put entire, what do you say, words to everything on the guide. It will be easy for us. Well, it'll be harder for teacher to correct it, but in the end we had to still write bunch of notebooks. And some of my friends at that time got like 2 notebooks per subject because we used to get a big lessons and we do a lot. Anyway, coming back to the drone, मैं I wanted to do this क्योंकि सब लोग कहते थे कि तुम नहीं कर पाओगे, तुम एक स्मॉल किड हो, तुम नहीं कर पाओगे, ये बड़े लोगों के लिए है, who are like 20 plus years. No, no, no. For me, age is not a limit. If I want to achieve it, I will achieve it. फिर मैं चेन्नई गया to learn more about drone racing at a younger age, and in the end, I came in top. I learned how to drone race, showed people that even a young person like me who has ambition to dedication to do this more can do it. It's nothing like many people who are certain age can only do this. Some people who are out of their brain and think different, age is not a limit for them. I think it should be for you also, that age is not a number for you, it's not a limit. It's just a number saying that you're this many years old, that's it. But in reality, you're the same brain as a normal brain, you're the same flesh as a normal flesh, you're the same human structure as a human structure. So there's nothing different. It's all about how you think. इसका रहता है कि मैं ऐसे अच्छा लगता है कि मैं ये करूंगा तो मैं कर सकता हूँ. You feel like हाँ मुझसे हो सकता है कि I can do this. Self-motivating yourself is a big key in doing all of this. I think on that point, it has been more, and thank you for the opportunity. I would say many people offered me this, and thank you everyone for coming up today. And actually, I'll share one more story of mine, which is, I think many people will say that it was kind of stupidity, but I still went for it. So it was an IIT Kharagpur. It was for a heli-fly. So heli-fly is like small mini aircraft. Is RC. You control them as a competition for them every year in IIT Kharagpur. So it's like a tech fest, and that you get that. And many things is that over there people were like higher age than me, and I was into drone racing, not then more of heli flying. I still was very interested in this. So I went to go ahead. हैदराबाद में बहुत सारे लोग थे जो heli fly करते थे, so I didn't have to go somewhere else. But still, it was quite difficult to understand how it's working. And later on, जब टाइम मिला था, मैंने अपने आप ऑनलाइन रिसर्च किया और लर्न किया कि that's different, how it really works, और ये की क्या है basically. I think what I really learned from this is patience, how long if we can wait, the better the result comes. हम लोग क्या कर रहे थे कि मेरा एक मेंटर था, हेली फ्लाइट जो था बार बार क्रैश कर रहा था because it isn't made of very good materials like bonsai tree or balsa and foam or cardboard basically. तो उनसे ये small RC पेन बनते थे DIY. So these were not like plastic or durable things. इसकी वजह से बार बार इसको रिप्लेस करना पड़ा and many times we had to do so many things changing this and that and this कि I went out of patience कि टाइम नहीं है ये करना वो करना है and we started rushing in and I think that affected the product and the results of what I did and I learned how to have patience because of this, that the time you spend understanding what it is and learn properly, then only you can achieve it. And because of that मुझे अच्छा लगा कि मैं ये कर सकता हूँ and there was not a limit for me basically कि of learning कि मैं ये कर सकता हूँ वो कर सकता हूँ and just coming up more and more. And I think it should be for everyone कि age is not like a big deal. It's just a number saying that you have been just born, suppose 13 years ago. That's it. That's how the similarity ends. Even someone be bigger than you, but you might have the same knowledge about what he has. And this many times I say bully हो जाता हूँ कि I don't care. इसकी वजह से it gets more rapid. इसकी वजह से many people उनको ये रहता है कि मैंने I spent 3 years learning this and that and this random just comes out of nowhere claiming that he's 13 years old and doing what I'm doing but much better and efficient. How is that possible? Many people start judging my mom कि हाँ आपने किसी को mentor hire किया है ये नहीं कर रहा है, this guy is just hanging around doing some I don't know what he's doing. My mom got targeted because of this, my parents as well, and I felt bad because I could not I wasn't in a what do you say, the community was like only higher ups can only talk differently like that. So even if I wanted to defend my mother or anyone, I couldn't from a community standpoint. But in private, I dealt with them. I don't like talk to me if you still like so jealous. Talk to me in reality and shout it at me. You don't need to target my parents or something like that. तो ऐसे बहुत सारे हुए थे incidents and each and every incident is a way of learning better. And I think many of the things what you do, risky things, pays off in the end because for NASA Moon Rover Challenge, which was in 2017, I went for a 10-day workshop in New Delhi for Moon Rover buggy and everything, and that paid off in the end because I learned how the rover really works and mechanical parts basically. That's how I got into mechanical. And when I was coming back from Huntsville, Alabama, and I got to go to NASA SpaceX Challenge, which was my first ever, and I was a mentor for it. And it was the last moment because that was the last day, and they were inviting me on emails, but whereas I didn't get my phone because it didn't work in US. So last day called us. We went to Vishakhapatnam, and it was a last moment entry, but still many people liked me and how I went so easy. And it's just simplistic. You don't need to go too rough, understanding so many things. Just go easing on that is, I think, the way to do it. And many people think it's very complicated. Why? How are you doing this? And I think like it's only one thing that you just say that well, it's easy. Say to your mind it's easy to understand and go ahead and just do it. There are many complicated things like coding was a very complicated thing for me. And I said to myself, well, it's going to be easy when you learn it. So I learned it day and night, and then I perfected it for myself. And still I did it. And I think that, like, head on, you can do more, you can do much better. So I think for everyone, it should be like your limitation, what you have, you can still push it a little bit and get a little bit of efficiency from yourself. So you can feel proud of yourself. The very most stories which I can go on forever. And most one of the interesting was it occurred in it occurred in 2018. It was when I organized my own NASA Space Apps Challenge. मैंने अपने आप एक बनाया था अपना कि 2017 में मैंने किया था मैं मेंटर से गया तो मुझे ऑफिशियल लाइसेंस मिला फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग in India in one of the places. So I was happy to do it. And many people judged my like organizer powers and because I was already given the lead organizer role. I maybe like said that is he really worth and good to give a lead organizer role or anything like that. तो मैंने प्रूव किया जब नासा स्पेस फ्री हैकाथॉन हो रहा था हैदराबाद में I proved my organizing skills. I proved them saying that if you can be a good team leader, and that team will, that's a big role of being a lead organizer. If you can control your team doing this and that, just go ahead. So it's that sometimes you can prove yourself so easily that you will laugh at it. And actually, that's a funny thing because many people say that that's going to fail, it's going to not work out, and many more like that. The many people who even went to extend that bullying, you don't even imagine it. That is even targeting you in specific points, saying that like a person like Hemang, he doesn't know anything, he's just acting like he knows. In that extent of bullying I went, and you know what? Now I don't really care about it. मैं ऐसे वे में चला गया कि अभी कोई भी मुझे बुली करेगा आई डोंट मैं उनको केयर नहीं करता हूँ कि well dealt with it and who if you're a person who's jealous because I'm doing much better than you can just openly say that bro I'm jealous with you can you just stay different like I said openly I will stay different from him and me I will not interfere with his work or anything like that. I think openness lacks a lot with many people and they should be more open saying that well I'm not comfortable with you because not saying like big reasons but saying understanding and doing much different. I think that's the most of the big points I would say. And coming back to the homeschooling situation, basically the three terms of homeschooling. One is you get directed by someone else saying that you do this kind of education. This is what you're going to study every day. You do maths for like 2 hours. You do science 2 hours. You do social studies 1 hour, something like that. Seeing on what kind of subject it is, you do good more time. Some people take homeschooling to so extent, saying that well, you have entire day doing nothing. Why not just push it? So basically, 8 hours of work there used to be turns into more than 8 hours of everything. And that's why I don't go with the term number one. But for some people, it's very good. Term number two is realization that this is just temporary, you're not doing it for real. And you should not keep this in your brain. But the thing is that you still keep it. And तुमको reminder रहेगा कि तुम really नहीं कर रहे हो. If you are good at this, तुमको लगता है कि तुम कर सकते हो ये सब, then you can go with home education and many more. And number three is that self-aware that you're going to learn it by yourself. It's not going to be like someone's going to beg you that do this and that. You have your entire home. You have freedom to learn more. You have freedom to go to your entire limitations. You can do plenty more. I think इसकी वजह से I push my boundaries. मैंने जो normal kids नहीं करते थे of my age, I did those. I really pushed it to the extent and मैंने इतना पुश किया कि मेरा बॉडी जो है पूरा टायर्ड हो गया एंड एवरी डे मैं बहुत लेजी हो जाता हूँ. मैं नाइट वर्क ज्यादा करता हूँ और मेरा मम्मी का नाइट शिफ्ट रहता है ऑल द टाइम. मॉर्निंग हम सोते हैं एंड नाइट हमारा पूरा काम रहता है. एंड बिकॉज आई वर्क इन लाइक यूएस टाइमिंग्स, तो मेरा फैब एकेडमी ग्लोबल वर्जन स्टार्ट होने वाला है. For it's Fab Academy from MIT Boston for people who don't know. Basically, it's from MIT Boston Atoms. It happens every year. Its course theme is how to make almost everything. And this I went in 2019. This is the global evaluation year for me. I'm going to global evaluation this year. And this is how many courses got more bullied and people started hating me because, well, I should be pretty rough. I don't used to listen to them, take the suggestions, go back to school and learn. Even my mom got into this drama and almost she got meltdown, like mental breakdown, saying that she can't handle anymore. But in the end, we still deal with it every day. It's nothing like we don't need to. It's happens all the time. But you can eventually overcome it. It's just a matter of time and dedication. I think that's what the main should be for you. You can overcome whatever problems you have. इसकी वजह से आई थिंक आपको जो भी मोटिवेशन आता है, सपोज आपको कोई मोटिवेट नहीं कर रहा है कि ये तुमको रिवर्स कर रहा है कि तुम कुछ कर नहीं सकते हो, तुम ये नहीं कर सकते, तुम वो नहीं कर सकते. तुम क्या कर, what you have to do is that you show him that I know this and I can do it and you can prove him. तुमको काम से बताना पड़ता है, उनको तुम प्रूव करो कि हाँ I know this, I can show it to you. So tell it when everyone is there. Well, they can't explain themselves. You show them your work, you show them you're doing this, show them your working project, show them whatever you're doing, and that's how you reply back. You just don't make a drama saying that, shouting at each other. You show them your work, saying that I can do this. And I'm 13, I can do this. No people can do that. It's something like I get a lot of dramas, but sometimes you should keep it silent for yourselves. I think that's how I do it most of the time. Physical exercise timings, eating choice pattern. My physical exercise, हमारा जिम जो है क्लोज्ड हो गया है, तो मैं ज्यादा जा नहीं पाता हूँ. But every morning when I wake up, I do a little bit of push-ups. When I go for sleep or a little bit of work intense, I go for a walk to freshen my mind. Eating choices, normal home food. Sometimes I want to eat something different. I just put grilled cheese sandwich and eat it. Make it myself. And last year I went for Master Challenge in Hanksville, Utah. It was different experience seeing that how I went from Moon Rover Challenge to Mars Rover Challenge. So it's totally different. One was totally mechanical and second was totally automated. And that's actually different from my things what I do. I usually don't go with a pair saying that, well, I did this mechanical, next one different piston, something like that, related to that. I do the entirely different opposite for it basically. Suppose I do something software related, I do something IRL different. Please call your family on live, introduce them. Well, dad is sleeping and mom is moderating. Well, she can come here. Mom? Okay, she's busy. Later. One of the real life experiences I had of IR projects or something like that was Auroville. It's called Sacred Summer School. I spent my good summer in Auroville. Auroville, if people don't understand, a place near Pondicherry in Tamil Nadu. It's a very beautiful place. Very good pizzas over there. And yes, I'm a junk food guy. I love them, but it's good to have our own limits. And I think I put myself into a diet on quarantine. It's helped me a lot. I actually lost a lot of weight because of it, and I'm good with it. And coming back to sacred grooves, basically sacred grooves is a place you can make biological homes and from mud, lime, and many more materials from natural earth. You don't put like no cement or bricks. They make it by themselves and it's only natural. And that's what I wanted to do for a long time. That because well, too much tech, I got bored basically. I got a lot of bored because of it, and I felt like, you know what, let's do something different, and I did something different, and that's how I really recommend for everyone. Suppose you're doing something like total, like let's say, lot of online work. You do something different, opposite to it. You feel much fun, and next time you do opposite of that, you get much bigger fun to do it or motivation to work, basically. So one of my experience of the learning basically was unschooling method, which was going to events, various summer schools, basically away from my home to learn many things more currently. So one thing was in Mumbai, in STEAM school. It was 2017 as well. I think 2018 or 17. It was 17. Yeah, it was 17. 17 December, and it was basically I made my own first what is a kind of a board. It was called Steam board. Basically, it's a board where it's programmed and mechanical like physical forms to give some kind of voice input or something like that. Sure, sir, I'll do it later. Um, many things of what I learned is like from foreigners who were there. They're very kind and encouraging that a young guy is doing it, what he should not be doing. They encouraged a lot, and I learned a lot actually from it. I think still now some of the mentors, the friends on my Facebook, and I still talk to them sometimes, and many more. And one of my next interests was like from learning platforms. Unschooling way was climate change as well. So like I was already interested in climate. I didn't know how I should implement it in my thinking form or education form, which I currently do for myself. So when I thought about when I researched about climate change and everything, it really got to me seeing that well the many big communities of many more. And Anant University was offering as free scholarship, like a scholarship basically, for the first time in entire India. So I wanted to go for it, and they're impressed by what I learned and what I trying to do and do many more things. And I got into it, and my first time going for any university kind of things. So it should have been done in October going because of the pandemic. It's been postponed many times. And right now, for learning more kind of things, I do Facebook page. It's called Hang Out with Hemang. बेसिकली मैं क्या करता हूँ कि क्लाइमेट चेंज के बारे में और सम जो भी सब्जेक्ट है पीपल लाइक अभी मैं किसी कर रहा हूँ लाइव दो लोग किसी बात करते हैं वो सब्जेक्ट एंड मैं उनको इंट्रोड्यूस करता हूँ उनके बारे में बात करता हूँ थोड़ा ऐसे सब्जेक्ट्स चेंज करते रहता हूँ मैं So it's a way of myself learning. तो ये actually मैं करता हूँ क्योंकि it's a different way of learning. It's not always that कि मुझे यही करना है, and doing like life like this is a fun for me as well sometimes. And I think you can get people say that you have some kind of limit where you can't do anything, but I would say that you still push your limits until if you feel it inside that I didn't had enough of it, I want to do it more, whereas you're open to do it more. And I think I given 3 TEDx talk in my lifetime till now, and I go to university and colleges for give lectures or any kind of workshop or something like that, and people invite me to many more like events or things. It's just because I just made a quite a bit shift of my education and what way I'm think about. So something like doing homeschooling or something like change your entire life for better or worse. But most of the time, if you have good thoughts and good minds, and definitely with good support, you can definitely be what you want to be. I think that's a big thing. And I think on that note, I come to an end. Thank you everyone for coming. Um, Thank you, Sita ji, for inviting me and giving me this, and Nitin for telling me about all of this. Thank you everyone for coming. Stay safe. Hope you're doing good. And yeah, see you guys. Thank you everyone. Namaste.